All right, good morning. Monday. We are moving higher from last Friday. Over the after hours and pre-market, we're climbing higher. You see that we have formed a low, kind of base down here on the hourly. Made a higher move. We have this like swing high up in here, right? We'll see if we clear that. Potential spot that I am watching for some resistance and a potential rejection is up here around like 210 to 230 or so. Reason being, we have kind of a lot of stacked volume up here, right? We have a point of control up here. We have a value area high. We have value area low, point of control, value area low, value area low, value area high. A lot of volume up in here. So we'll see if we reach that point in the reaction that we get if we do so. Otherwise, potential pullbacks into fair value from Friday or overnight pre-market session. Let's see about that. A little bit of a change in the trading. Excuse me, not a huge trade change. I'm still trading price action. I'm still using volume, liquidity at levels, and mostly that is, previously I was looking at the 8-hour chart and just taking points of control off these 8-hour charts. So that's still relevant, but just looking at overnight and then daily session volume profiles, finding stacked areas of volume as we had before, looking for pullbacks into fair value or trading based off of fair value, points of control, and or like displacement into buying or selling imbalance. But the premise is still there. We're still trading the same way, just a little bit more context, because I think that is something that I started to lack. I was just looking at points of control and just trading based off of where levels of high volume are. And so I'm still doing that, but I'm doing that now with the context of the added value areas, and then where the value areas lie previously in relation to where price is now. As you can see, we have a buying imbalance, right? We're moving higher. Fair value was down here. It's starting to shift higher, shifts higher. That tells me that more people are willing to buy at a higher price, and then price is moving above what was the fair value of the overnight pre-market session, still signaling some bullish sentiment, right? So you can see we're kind of struggling at Friday's point of control. Or excuse me, that was Thursday. Thursday's point of control. This is Friday. Thursday's point of control here. Yeah, if we move above that, I'm looking at this little zone up here for potential area to be interested in. If we move above that, then I'll be watching for essentially pullbacks into point of control or value area high. If we remain bullish, we come back and we hold these levels, look for potential continuation upwards if it looks like that buy side imbalance is still active. Yeah, so we're trading similarly, like I said, just adding a little bit more context, because I think that is something that got me, is that I just had levels charted based on volume, but without a context behind them. So I was just kind of trading price action at levels without a reason behind it. And went through, back tested past like 3 months of price action, looking at every single day, overnight, daily sessions, volume profiles, making notes of what price tended to do. So yeah, not a huge, really not a strategy change much at all. Like I said, just a bit more context to be added, but we're still trading the 6 contracts. We're still using the same brackets, right? We take most off at 30, leave a runner. A lot of the trading is the same. And a lot of these levels will be similar too, because we are just taking points of control off 8 and 4 hours. These points of controls are largely the same as these points of controls, because these are the daily and overnight sessions, and we have the value areas with the associated points of control as well. But you can see this 8-hour time frame, point of control on the 5-minute, 270, 2070, same thing, right? Like I said, I'm not changing up my strategy a whole lot. I'm just looking to add a little bit more context. And then being patient for setups is a big key. I overtraded on last Thursday and Friday. Thursday I got away with it. Friday it bit me. So got set back pretty far. I was about $50 away from my payout, and then set myself back about a little less than $1,900. So that was painful. But you can either quit or you can learn from it. So we're gonna choose to learn from it, not do any drastic changes, because obviously what I was doing worked to some extent since I was able to be profitable, get to the point of almost a payout. Just trying to maintain the confidence that things were working. I think I just need to tweak a little bit and make things a little better. But yeah, not looking to change my strategy all that much. Just try to add, like I said, a little bit more context, a little bit more reasoning behind my trades, and the thought that that would prevent me from over trading, essentially, because I know what I'm looking for now. Yeah, I cannot hear you, Abe, if you're speaking. I checked my audio to see if it was on my end. I think it's on your end, because mine looks good. Can you hear me? Yeah, I can hear you now. What's up?
What's good? How you doing?
Doing alright. How are you?
Same. I'm alright. What you watching?
We'll see. I have a level potential resistance above at like 230 to 210, 210 to 230 above us. We're kind of at a level resistance here at like 2170, and then I don't know. It looks like we're forming a little bit of a bounce off of like a Thursday overnight pre-market, and then Friday lows moved higher, consolidated in the overnight or over the weekend and moved higher. So see if that maintains. What are you watching? Do you have anything in mind?
Thinking short actually here, because it just broke the level I was watching. Kind of blinked in it and just kind of fell.
Yeah, it's right off the open.
Not the best entry, but I'll take a short here. Let's see. I gotta cut it quick though if I'm wrong.
So, boys,
That's good, man.
That's not how I wanted to start.
Good man.
Hit back my loss at least. I'm up a little bit, like $200.
Nice.
I just closed it. Acting kind of weird. That first trade fucked me up. Ugh, the pain. Ugh.
Why'd you get out?
I just wanted to make up that loss.
No tea, no tea.
And I made it up, and I'm great. But there wasn't really much of a reason to get out.
This feels familiar. The opening dump.
Thought it was just gonna drop. So I got in, and then that big ass wick. What do you guys have support at?
This is new week opening gap we're in right now.
Like right on here.
Yeah, between 920 and 970. 50-point range. I'd really like to see it stay above like 945.
I think there's news at 9:45, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
I already feel myself out of whack, and I'm being elevated, so I'm just gonna take it.
Yeah, call it there. It's fine.
Just new accounts, I feel kind of eh.
Yeah.
Like almost 100 points from where I got out. Crazy. Yeah, I'm gonna hang around, but I'm gonna close my Apex.
Mm-hmm.
Be looking like 900 for battles. Or maybe a climb to like 30 for resistance.
When dudes didn't do anything.
Nope.
25. Then more news at 10. Can you hear my cat?
Mm-mm.
No.
Oh, okay. How old is your cat, Ryan?
5 years.
5 years. This one's like 11,
Oh wow.
10. Yeah, he's considered a senior citizen, I guess. Got like 15 years or something. All right, you guys have a good day, boy.
You out of here?
Hello guys.
What's up, Yvonne?
Nice bounce. Pretty close to that 45 you called.
Yeah. See if we can pull back into this 1 minute fair value gap. Then I might take it long.
Where would that be?
Top of the gap is 980. And then I'd take it back up to high day probably.
You're looking for a loan?
Yeah, if we come back and show some type of bullish price action out of there.
Wow, I took a short on that, and that was really quick.
Very fast.
I took a short at like 21,000. Holy shit. Alright. I'll stick around, but I'm not taking any more trades for the day.
You're already out?
Yeah. They hit my... I had a first take profit at 30 and the second at like 50. And it took both of them out on that big spike down. My second take profit was low a day. I just wiped it out. Curious to see if we rotate all the way down to like 2880.
I believe that's where I have my. Yeah. 883.
That's where,
Way to go, Ryan.
thank you.
That was a quick one.
It was a quick one.
Those are the best, bro.
It was, yeah. I'll take it. I don't know if you guys saw, but I had a pretty bad Friday. We're trying to recalibrate.
I was gonna ask you, how are you holding?
I'm doing well, man. I'm doing alright. I'm good. Friday, I was pretty bummed, but
Bounce back.
yeah, I just realized it was like I was put way too much emotional weight on it, or like way too much emphasis on it, you know? I was less than $60 from getting a payout, and then I just blew it. And I just realized it was because I was so focused on getting to that like arbitrary number, and that caused me to like not being accepting of losses and taking trades I shouldn't just to try to get to that payout. And I just realized it was like, I've done the same thing with challenge accounts, like trying to get to a PA account. I'd get really close to passing a challenge account, and then I'd like go on tilt. And I realized I just did the same thing with like getting to my first payout. So I think it's just like an emotional barrier. Not that I like that I did it, but I think it was just something that I had to experience to get over it.
Yeah. You have to remind yourself that there's no time around this thing, man. Just take your time.
For sure. Yeah, it was
It's a PA account now. Just take your time.
for sure. Yeah. No, I luckily I stopped myself from completely blowing the account because that would have reset me quite a bit. But Yeah, I had some chances to stop and I didn't, so that was pretty stupid. But I don't know.
That's why I'm just calling it early. I feel like my old self would just kept trading.
Yeah, yeah, definitely don't do that. I would advise against it from recent experiences.
Me too, but I don't really care.
Like you said, man, you don't have to win it all today. There's opportunities. There's multiple opportunities every single day. So
We got a whole 10 years before we gotta pay again. You gotta pay a penny.
is it going down to 880? Holy moly!
You have to pay a penny after 10 years to keep it going.
It's like 10 cents or something. Where'd you get that kind of money?
Break the bank.
How much is a lifetime now for PA on 50k?
I think mine was like 120.
25.
125, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's okay. They're still holding that discount. Nice.
I feel like they always have a discount. Every time I go, it's like 80% off. It has a countdown timer that never seems to actually go anywhere. I'm not mad at it.
Like everyone to blow up.
Yeah, they sometimes also have like 85. Just like monthly price, it was also lifetime price.
Yeah, that's nice. The 50k accounts are such a good deal on Apex when they're running sales.
Yeah.
I remember when I had my 350k account.
A three,
Or whatever.
where one, 250? How high does it go?
I don't remember now. I had to
Three.
take it from now. I had to get to 9 grand, and I did it.
Damn.
I blew it up. I think I remember having like an absurd amount of contracts on my.
Oh my gosh. My next level would be like,
One is 300,000.
Go back.
well,
Oh my god, that drop.
yeah, crazy.
That would have been 3k right on the.
Kirim, you said you're on single PA, or
I got 3.
You have 3 PAs right now. You passed them last week. I remember that. You just mentioned that. I didn't know you had multiple.
Yeah.
Congratulations, my friend. I'm happy for you.
Yeah, don't fuck this one up.
I love the harsh truth, fully. I think we need it sometimes. I could have used that
Instagram
Friday.
story was pretty convincing.
Super disciplined.
Super duper. I'm not used to being done so early in the day. Do with myself.
Say what?
So I'm not used to being done this early in the day. I don't know what to do with myself.
You have that single trade or?
I just took a. Were you? I don't know if you were here, Yvonne. I entered on the third 5-minute candle when we were testing that 21,000. I entered short. And it dropped pretty quick.
It's only one trade today.
That's it, brother. Yeah, that's all we're doing.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Are you sure?
Fellas, let me tell you. Let me tell you something about taking a bunch of trades. I had this funny experience Friday where I was up on the day and I wasn't satisfied and I tried to make more. It didn't work.
So did you like write down some strict rules or something?
Yeah, I mean, I already had strict rules. I just didn't follow them. But I put a max loss limit in place on my account.
What is the amount?
The 10 o'clock news?
My max loss is $500, which is probably a little high, but I wanted to give myself room to be able to take like 2 trades, you know, and not get stopped out because of like a loss limit. So that would be like 2 max losses in a day, would be about 500 on the day.
Yeah, on my accounts I have on 25 I have $200.
Yeah. Yeah, so that makes sense. 50k is a little bit about double that.
I would have took a longer.
Yeah, there's a really interesting spot right at wow, actually like the low day, right at 760, 762 in there. That is actually kind of insane. Got that. Yeah, I just I set a max loss limit and then not like changing my strategy a lot. I'm still using the volume profiles and everything. But before I was just using like high volume areas as levels and I didn't really have like context behind it. And now I'm using the volume profile to my like levels are kind of derived the same, but there's more context because I'm using like the value areas to determine fair value and imbalances. I think that was also part of it. Like I was taking trades just because I was like looking at price action and levels. So I wasn't really putting any context behind it.
Yeah, I think your strategy has nothing to do with your loss on Friday. It's only revenge trading and emotions.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. I mean, the fact that I was even almost at a payout anyways, like, lets me know I was doing something right. You know, I didn't get there completely by accident. So try to avoid the mistakes and keep doing the things that were working.
Avoid those states. personal life.
You guys do any fun activities this weekend?
No. I don't think so.
Fun, fun, fun. This weekend will be my secret. I'll tell you about next time.
Will be what?
This one will remain my secret.
You're so cryptic, Yvonne. Whenever I ask, you're like, "Oh, it was good." Always makes me wonder what's going on over there, man. So mysterious.
So mysterious.
All right, for the those watching the stream, I'll go over why I took the trade. I in and out of one trade really quick today, and honestly, 2 minutes, less than like 2 minutes. That's excellent. I'm happy with that. I'll review it and I'll talk about why this balance is interesting as well. Coming into the day, I had mentioned previously I had been using 8-hour and 4-hour time frames and looking at points of control, essentially the price at which the most volume was transacted, and using those for levels. I'm still using volume at profiles, aka volume at price, so same thing to identify levels, but just adding a little bit more context. So these orange areas are what's considered fair value. It's the yellow line is the price at which most volume occurred. The orange levels to the top and bottom are the value area low and high, respectively. And basically, what you're looking at is the value area high is considered to be at the high end of what people are willing to pay. It's kind of like the highest price people, not always, but it's considered kind of overpriced, whereas the value area low is considered underpriced. So coming into the day, we were above this value area, which is indicating a potential buy-side imbalance because buyers are pushing us even above what was considered fair value, if that makes sense. But off the open, we dropped pretty significantly. The first thing I was watching is, do we hold this value area high or this point of control? The answer to that was no, right? Initially, we kind of did off that first 5 minute, and then we just came down and swept both of them. The following candle retested this point of control and started to move lower, making a new low on the day. At this point, what I'm seeing is that buyers aren't stepping in up here, and so this could be considered valid as overpriced. And where would price potentially pull back to find more buyers? Probably that value area low. So once we rejected it once, made a new low, came up and rejected it, and then I was also watching this 5 minute point of control. You can see that point of control was coming in right there, right around like 21,000, right where this big bearish candle was, and this overnight session point of control, letting me know there's a lot of volume there. That volume's most likely selling. I entered short. Once we saw on the 1 minute as well, right, we saw price come up and test it, get pushed down, test it again on low volume, and I entered after that. So a lot of things were aligning, and basically wanted to see rotation back down into what could be considered a better buying opportunity. Price dropped pretty quick and filled me for a little over 400 on the day. This level here is really interesting because this is Friday's price action. And once again, we see this value area. We have the value area low, we have the point of control, and we have the value area high. So just looking at price action, if I turned all these off, I hope this is interesting. I'm just going over it for myself and if you're curious. If I just turned all this off, you could probably see, okay, this was resistance, right? And then we break above it and we pull back to it. You could assume that resistance might become support. And it did. But adding this layer here of these, I want to kind of, oh, I didn't mean to do that. But what's interesting then is that we can see that fair value shifting, right? Like this is considered fair value. That fair value area kind of moves higher, and then we move higher. The next fair value area is moving higher. That means like more people are willing to buy at higher prices. But we sold through this fair value area and we pulled back into this one, and we touched that value area high pretty much right off the dot and bounced. From there, what did we do? We kind of came up and retested this value area low, and we're rejecting off that. So it's kind of just looking at these levels of support and resistance, but with the context of like what's overpriced and what's underpriced, if that makes sense. Not as many people are willing to buy up here as they are down here. But at the same time, like what was considered overpriced in this price action when price was way down here might be considered a better or more fair price once price has moved all the way up here. You know, that pullback down into here, that's no longer as overpriced as it was last week, if that makes sense. It's essentially just looking at fair value and then rotation between highs and lows on the fair value and point of control. Price moves from liquidity to liquidity, and then if you just add the kind of the context or the theory behind it of like what buyers and sellers are willing to pay and sell for, never going to be 100% accurate, but I did go back over the past, as far back as these contracts have data, just past like 3 months or so, and I noted every single trading day in these value areas and how they respond to them. Like for instance, we can see this is the 25th. Look at that point of control. What did we do on the next trading day? We pulled back. We held that point of control on 3 consecutive 5-minute candles and moved higher. You can see like, okay, we have this point of control up here. Where did we hit resistance? This point of control from the overnight session. So you just look at like where people have transacted a lot of volume, and you can expect a lot of volume to occur in those places. And you can expect price to kind of gravitate to and from these places. And yeah, it's pretty cool stuff. Not perfect, nothing is, but it can be pretty valuable. I recommend checking it out, and it's good because it gives me context behind why I'm taking the trade that I'm. So I think last week that was something that I let slip away from me, right? I was taking trades based on these ideas, but without really any context, as opposed to just like price action and levels. That's my TED Talk. Thank you. All right, I might head out. I'm not gonna take anything. So
Sounds good.
I wish you all the best of luck, and yeah, have a great day. See you tomorrow.
Thank you, man. You too.
I'm out as well. See you guys.
See you, man.
Later.
See you, boys.
All right. Thank you all for being here. A little bit shorter today, but we hit our goal within the first 15 minutes of the day. So not really any point for me to stick around and just watch, other than the sake of just watching. I'll make a review going over kind of what I briefly covered, why I took this trade, and we really start to juice out, if we if we really start to make that Guadalupe, then I'll make an in-depth video going over my strategy. But we're gonna do some proof of concept. Like I said, I went back, tested a few months worth of trading days every single day the past couple months, and I can't say that I have like a system where I'm like, I short at this level every time. It's more watching price and watching how it reacts to certain levels, and then basing an idea off that. I'm not trying to predict, I'm just trying to react to what's in front of me, but using the context of these levels and what they mean. So in the future that video will come out, as long as I don't somehow just like have a completely unreliable, unprofitable strategy. But day one, we'll give it the double thumbs up, quick and easy. All right, I hope you have a great day. I'll be back tomorrow. I'll have a recap out later this evening. Yeah, thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Hope you have a great day. We're outie. Peace.